So we're all raring to go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're very much on the way now. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I'm going to go for the little wriggler. That is Raheem Sterling. His small frame and pace gives him a real advantage over bigger, slower defenders. And his turning sharpness is another very tricky part of his game, and he's a handful.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Pressing high and with purpose. Kamavinga. Probing pass. Shevchenko picks it up out wide. There's the shot!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
And the counter is on. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's picked his way through. No, he wasn't going to be fooled.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And that has left him in a heap. Threads one in. Oh, that's a key interception. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Now, can they get him away? Chance! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Barcelona have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
He's a sharp little ball here. Silvestre. And that could set him on his way. Musa. Feyenoord do have a chance to counter here. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Van Dijk getting forward. This might spell take real chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Chance for a shot! It's bounced back off, and he's following up! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Well, look at him, furious at himself for missing. Having said that, the manager applauds his effort to find that bottom corner.
Now it's Sterling. Oh, some tackle that. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Oh, this is a great position. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's managed to get rid. Barcelona have Van Nistelrooy! And he hits the net! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
And Nistelrooy really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Musa. This looks promising. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. There's a quick free kick. No, not quite on the same wavelength. That's been cut out, well played. Well, that has not gone well. Nice looking ball. No way through. Looking to play him in. Played in. And he's taking no chances there. He has a look up. And this is... Can he finish? It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Can he get on the end of this? Half-time coming up and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And it's Olmo. And this is Shevchenko. Van Nistelrooy. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Spread it left. Sterling. That is good strength. Well, that is one way to stop him. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Tries to pass it through. He's had a shot! Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
And that is indeed the final act. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Barcelona looking like the only team in this. They lead by 3. And so the action is resumed. Can he get it through? Oh, played through for the wide man. He's had it taken off him. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, good-looking ball. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. And we have our very first corner. Alexander-Arnold with the short one. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Feyenoord are looking to go forward now. Musa. Nicely weighted ball. It's not an especially good pass, that. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lovely, now then. Great defending, strong and determined. Barcelona, the only team in this, 3-0 already. He's in plenty of space here. Space for him to turn and look. It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, that's delightful. Picked out, takes a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, it's fallen loose again! And that is wildly off target.
Well, he certainly reacted quicker than anyone else, Peter. He just couldn't keep his composure in the end.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Yeah, it was pretty clear the manager's not been getting what he wants out of his players, so a substitution was going to come. I think it could have been sooner.
Well, they could break here. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. No, that's been intercepted.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Played through into space. Sterling gets into a good position. Great vision. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Barcelona choosing to make the first change, and the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, they've gone for more energy up front. This is a clear message, Peter.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 21 será reemplazado por el dorsal 4.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Van Nistelrooy really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Looking for the run. And he shoots! Well, that is remarkable.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Cambio de jugadores.
So we have further activity on the bench here. Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And he's had it nicked away. And here's Ferran Torres. Oh, that's well spotted. Musa.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Played into space. Into the last quarter of an hour. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 7, el dorsal 47 serán sustituidos por el dorsal 10.
And that's another good win of the ball. Looking for options for movement. Thinks about the... He's having a shot! Well taken goal. Just cruising. They are cruising. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Barcelona are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Van Nistelrooy, and he's got away from it. Spread out to the left. Barcelona have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Now that looks a decent ball. It's a threatening ball. Shapes to shoot! It's in! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Just eases him off the ball. Space for him to turn and look. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. And he's only too happy to take that back. Can he finish? And it's in! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Marcó en el minuto 90 el dorsal 23.
At least that has given their people something to smile about.
Habrá 6 minutos de descuento.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Aims beyond the defence. Van Nistelrooy receives it in a good position here. Knocks it into space. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Barcelona can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. Van Nistelrooy voted man of the match and deservedly. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Mason Greenwood here is described by many as one of the best natural finishers to have come through in a while. He certainly looked like he belonged at the top from day one, and he's more than proved his worth since. Those skills you can't really coach. It's natural, and he's got it off to a T.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. They're up and running then. Marseille have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage...
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Barcelona! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Marseille are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Paixão. Well, he's looking to get away, but the defending is persistent, adhesive. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Barcelona have got it back and they'll have another go. Pinches it off him. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Højbjerg. Spread out to the left. No, that's been intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And now a sudden chance to counter. Valerdi with the clearance. Referee's given a throw. And it's Camavinga. Berbatov. And now they can clear their lines. Guiri. Passing is crisp and sharp. Nicely spread.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Greenwood showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Berbatov. That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Ambitious ball here. Paixão and Emerson Palmieri. Guiri. Passes coming off in quick succession here. One has ended up in no man's land. Emerson. But it's Højbjerg. Aubameyang. Paixão. That looks a cracking ball. It's a pretty loose pass. But where it came from. De Ligt can clear it away. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Great ball, and he's in here.
Shevchenko really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Guiri.
Barcelona can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Oh, that's well spotted. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And that pass just didn't quite work. Højbjerg. Great defending, strong and determined. Knocks it into space. Emerson made a surge from full-back, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. That is good alertness. Looking to play him in. And that's really well manoeuvred. Over to the right flank. And we've reached half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Barcelona up by 1 goal at the halfway point.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps, that's not too much to ask.
Barcelona just about ahead, 1-0 at the break.
Merci d'accueillir les deux équipes.
We're on the move again.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Foden. And it's Camavinga. And he's let fly! And no one is overly concerned about that.
Well, at least he's not short on confidence. Trying from that sort of distance, why not?
Højbjerg. Emerson. Paixão. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And he's heaved it away. Greenwood. Silvestre gets a foot in here. He's got away.
He'll be disappointed with that.
He's given it away. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Van Chant, surely! Oh, good finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break. Barcelona couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Looking for options. Great chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
(3-0) and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in...
That could spell trouble. And he's managed to get for it. Tries a shot! And that's a tidy finish. His utter joy. He engages with absolute happiness. And that really is so impressive.
Après 62 minutes de jeu par le numéro 21.
Marseille can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Barcelona are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
He has found the way through. Nice control. Medina gets it clear. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Guiri wins the duel this time. Looking for the run. And he's picked out the run. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Foot in. And the pass is intercepted. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Aubameyang. And this is Shevchenko. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He won't be happy with that one. Not the most accurate pass. Right, Shevchenko. He's found a way through. And he was alert to it. Balerdi clears without hesitation.
Changement pour l'Olympique de Marseille. Le numéro 9, le numéro 17. À leur place,
That pass
le
isn't the
numéro
best.
8, le numéro 78.
Mathias Cunha.
Attention,
Bomo.
changement.
And it's been hooked away. Oh, good steal. He just read it. Can he get it through? He's a sharp little ball here. Shoots! It's a goal! It had to come! It just had to come! He had to have his say!
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Après 78 minutes de jeu par
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Emerson. And Traore. Can he get on the end of this? Abdelli. He's shifting through the gears here. There's the shot! And he's missed it.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Medina. Højbjerg. Great vision. And it's made its way to him. And the finish! And he can thump it away. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And it's been played through. He's picked his way through. Oh, he's all... Goes for a shot! And it's in! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
but pour
It's a
l'équipe
mass
du FC
exodus now.
Barcelone.
Certain sections of the
Après
stadium are
47
leaving in
minutes de jeu
droves,
par
and you can't blame them.
le numéro 4.
Medina. And it's Højbjerg. This is a promising build-up. Now, can they get him away? Space for him to turn and look. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now, that looks a decent ball.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Temps additionnel, 5 minutes.
Højbjerg. Now, there's the clearance. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Emerson. Abdelli. Good ball, good take. Dani Olmo can see things others simply cannot. Now then, the ball's come loose. And we're done. Barcelona pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start. A show all about one side's remorseless... Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So straight into the action. That's a little off target. Vlahovic. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Shevchenko. Van Nistel. And Van Nistel! It's hit the crossbar. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
This guy, Dusan Vlahovic, is a player I've seen a lot more of recently, Peter. He boasts some incredible records, you know, making his debut in the Serbian top flight when he was only 15 years of age, and scoring 20-plus league goals in Italy by the age of 21. Now, that's quite something. And what I like is his industry. He's extremely hard-working off the ball, and he definitely has that fire in his belly, something you come to expect of players that have spent a lot of their time on their own in a front position.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Kalulu cuts out the pass. McKennie. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And here's Vlahovic. Vlahovic! Just the wrong side.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Kelly. De Ligt makes the interception. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, the clearance is short. Shevchenko! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
I don't think anyone's really surprised that he's tried that, Peter. He's certainly confident in smacking one from range.
So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. This looks promising. De Ligt wins the duel this time. Locatelli. Now it's Conceição. Silvestre did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, and Van Nistel! Oh, crossbar! Locatelli getting this one clear. Now that looks a decent ball. He can run onto that. De Ligt can clear it away. Boga plays it short. Now then, the ball's come loose. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. It's a clearance, but not much of one. Looking to play him in. Now it's Berbatov. Kelly. Cambiasso. Here's Boga. Looking for the run. Can he get on the end of this? Shevchenko! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Aims beyond the defence. He's found the way through. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Kalulu. Locatelli. And it's Cambiasso. That's a good foray he's making. Foden, a dangerous raider down the right-hand side. Oh, it's just a little long. Thuram. Gatti. Locatelli. Here's Boga. Foot in. Looking for options for movement. Shapes to shoot! And it's a goal!
I think this is a very welcome time for a goal, Peter. There was a momentary drop-off into defence, and he was just too good a player to miss that. A special talent has given us all a very special memory.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
And the finish! Berbatov is flagged offside.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Now it's Foden. Van Nistelrooy. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Thuram. Francisco Conceição. He's in plenty of space here. And we've reached half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Barcelona just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Barcelona can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Tries to play it through. Great ball if he can get there. Takes a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Alexander-Arnold clears it away. Thuram. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And this is Shevchenko. And he's really put himself on the line here. They've played it short, and he's there to get it away. Van Dijk. Now Foden. And it's Camavinga. And this is Shevchenko. Decent chance! He's got a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And that was as close to certain as can be.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And he's managed to get free.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
It's run loose here. Oh, there's a probing ball. Berbatov makes a dash for it. Shevchenko. Oh, that's clever. And he's gone looking for safety. McKennie. Now it's Vlahovic. He's a sharp little ball here. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Thuram. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Not the most convincing of passes. And he's heaved it away. Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Shevchenko being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made a decision to get tighter.
And the shots! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are disappearing out of sight. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, Nistelrooy demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just cleared enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Van Nistelrooy.
(3-0) and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Cambiasso. And he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold carries the ball down the right. No, that's been intercepted. Locatelli. Boga. Now Thuram. And here's Vlahovic. Van Dijk with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. And he has shown him a yellow card.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
El dorsal 21, el dorsal 47. Serán sustituidos por
Vlahovic.
el dorsal 4.
Now it's
el
David.
dorsal 9. Se
Nicely
va a
weighted
realizar
ball.
cambio de jugadores.
And he's straight offside. And that has left him in a heap. Van Nistelrooy. Now he's running away. And Van Nistelrooy! And that's a good finish. This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Cambio de jugadores.
Barcelona are having a ball here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And he's definitely onside. That's a lovely, neat pass. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Some good work on the right flank here. Threads one in. Berbatov. It's out for a goal kick. Locatelli. Miretti. That's a throw. De Ligt. Burmo. Berbatov. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Into the last 5 minutes. Searching pass he's played there. Cunha charging forward, the ball at his feet. And this is Van Nistelrooy.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
McKennie.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, that's fabulous. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, nicely intercepted. And it's Cambiasso.
6 minutos de descuento.
It's a good run down the right. Great vision. Oh, it's inches away from being a really good ball. That's put pay to the danger. Barcelona have it back and can go again. Now it's Vlahovic. Now it's Yildiz. Oh, super find. Now that's well seen too. Oh, he's been caught napping. There's the shot! And that is faded wide. Kelly. And that is as far as it goes. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Van Nistelrooy taking in the accolades, having been...
You